3, 2, 1, Tetris. And we are off. Oh my goodness, and I love it. Fractal has the very unique dash grip. It is so high up in his stance that we can actually see it on screen.
Fractal's grip reminds me of like an alien from outer space visited Earth, and we're just given this control to be like, how do I hold this? And it just started doing it that way.
Yeah, I can understand Fractal's grip quite a bit because I do something that is sort of halfway in between that and the traditional dash grip. I do not use my thumbs. I use my middle finger, and it allows me more flexibility to move back and forth.
Oh my goodness.
And also I injured my thumb 5 years ago, so it's just nice to not put pressure on it constantly playing Tetris.
What is that Fractal grip? I call it the pan flute grip. It could also be called the flute grip. But it is interesting. It's just the way a person who started with rolling would grip, I think.
Yeah. So, again, so many good players up here. Quaid, funnily enough, I guess Quaid was there the very first year of CTWC, and back then he was the heckling kid.
He was the heckling kid, and he still heckles. To this day, he still heckles. He's almost close enough to hear me, and I would love to trash talk him in a way that makes him yell at me. But maybe he can't hear me well enough. He is, of course, wearing a snowman on his shirt, which I'm sure means something.
Yeah.
All right, warm up is done. Dog is up 1 game to
AvGeek in the lead.
Our two-time CTWC.
AV standing for aviation.
Yes, AvGeek just got her pilot's license or permit or something recently.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Oh, well, props to her.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, everybody. Oh, CT2 is the superior audio.
Oh, because you get to hear.
We're actually ahead of CT1 in time, so we really got to not give spoilers. So thankfully we didn't before.
Oh, we have another legend in the chat, Chris Brady.
Oh, Chris Brady. And we do have a Buko. Several people are now yelling Buko in chat. We haven't heard many Bukos.
Yeah, I guess because Quaid's Quaid's playing right now, so we can't shout Buko, and Buko's not here, unfortunately, not playing.
Quaid can do anything he wants, anytime he wants to. Who is Buko? Buko is Matt Buko, another one of the originals, who Quaid, his first year, and he's only in the movie in the stands, or in the seats as a fan.
Yeah.
And he would yell, Buko. Yeah, Quaid is a great Canadian something or other.
A great Canadian hero from the Great Wide North.
Probably the best contribution Quaid ever made to the Tetris community was when he grabbed Logan Paul's shirt and said, what is this, a towel? One of my favorite moments of Quaid.
Yeah, so both Quaid and AvGeek fighting through some early traffic here in the stack.
Yeah. AvGeek with a big lead, though, so most of the pain has been on Quaid's side.
Yeah, Quaid is going for the very tiny, dirty Tetris here.
Yeah.
More of a Tetris with just a little speck of dust on it.
Most Tetrises that Quaid scores are dirty in some fashion, even if they're appropriate ones.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Fractal up at the top, 398,000 by 81 lines. Oh my goodness, that 83% Tetris rate. Fractal is showing his stuff. And he actually goes for putting that long bar to the left. That is crazy. That's some aggression right there.
AvGeek does seem to be singing. If anyone can read lips, we can see what she might be singing.
Quaid is still behind by about 2 Tetrises. He's just got to fight through this spot in the rafters. He's getting it down. He's got that little 1 Mino of garbage on top of his Tetris well, but he's opened it up now, just waiting for the long bar.
I like that Quaid just slowly working his way up the stack like he's building a secret grade.
Yeah.
Just ever higher Tetrising.
He does get the Tetris eventually. Knight in a little bit of trouble. Knight grimacing right there.
Yeah,
wants to get out of this, but gets a perfect L piece to the left.
That is a little bit of trouble. He's pretty high up. That's very correct gameplay.
Oh, that's
some of those are imperfect pieces.
Yeah, that was not when Knight wanted a long bar. Would have loved a square at that point, but making do with what pieces are coming. Needs stuff for the left.
This is trouble. Getting some better pieces now, but then not great ones. It's like, ooh, these are tough now.
Okay, can actually survive this.
Okay.
But is going to need something for the right. Gets that over. And
that's going to really make it hard.
Gets
Probably
the triple one piece too late, and that's going to be it. Fractal wins game number 1 with this incredible pace. Would have got any over 600,000 with Das. Might be mullening the transition. No, I don't think so.
The sun has gone down on Knight's game. Tell Quaid I still have his red coat he threw into the crowd at Worlds.
Well, yeah, I remember. I took a picture.
Grandma still has your coat.
This tournament gives players who may not really.
Quaid's just in the zone. He's
Quaid's
past the
in the
transition. He wants to win this.
I
dish.
probably shouldn't yell at Quaid when I'm a commentator because it's more appropriate when you're in the stands.
Yeah. All right, so let's see how Quaid approaches this. He needs to clutch up a dig here. Oh, he's getting all the right pieces.
Easily. He did that perfectly.
Yeah.
Very efficient.
Fractal and Knight starting their second game up at the top. All right.
Quaid really is one of the, like I said before, one of the 2 most interesting placement people.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been doing as much of it this game. He's been more right-well in this game, but he'll just let his well be anywhere.
Oh, this is a very tough situation for Quaid. He gets the long bar just in time to be able to survive that. So he needs something for left. Square is perfect. Chip things down. Easily gets a long bar over.
Yeah.
Cannot Tetris for a little bit, and would love to get back to Tetrising soon, but AvGeek is not going to be able to Tetris either. Oh, very nice double. Now has a double wide well. Fills it in perfectly with a long bar. No burns needed. Tetris ready and gets the Tetris. 67,000 point lead. 2.5 Tetrises basically. Quaid still cannot Tetris here. Both players are burning.
Totally tied up top.
We'll see if Quaid goes for the column 2 Tetris. No, maybe.
Maybe.
He is actually.
Yeah. See, you never know what he's gonna do or where or why.
It's always a calculation of you need a long bar to fill in the column on, and he's doing it, but it's tough. This stack requires twice as many long bars as normal to avoid burns.
Yeah, this is oof.
Okay, he does get it, but I imagine he does not try and continue this column too well because it's just not optimal. Or maybe he will.
Yeah, I think Quaid's center welling reminds me of how I think of David
Volich.
Yeah, Tetrising on the left. I think he's objectively wrong in putting the well anywhere, but he also is so much better than me that what do I get to say about it,
Yeah, I don't know, but Quaid is falling further and further behind here, just committed to this column 2 well. Okay, now he's finally gotten rid of it. He needs to really put the pedal to the metal in order to make up this deficit before 29. AvGeek very strong, a little bit behind max out pace, but should end this game with a high 800, low 900. If able to cash in most of these final Tetrises and putting this game further and further out of reach for Quaid.
And Quaid had TB's not get to the edge, which is really going to make things hard for him.
Yeah, and Quaid,
in fact, maybe so hard that he's just good as dead right now.
Well, he can't. He doesn't have Das loaded for the left. You could see he was trying to get a perfect wall charge by just throwing every piece to the left, but unfortunately or throwing every piece to the right. But unfortunately, it just destroys your stack at that point. And that's something that it's one of the subtleties of Das. You might not notice on the surface, but when you start playing it, you really realize when you've got a desperation move you have to do to one of the sides.
Yeah.
It's very hard to have Das fully loaded when you do a skill stop. So you'll end up just throwing pieces to the other side, so you can get a perfect wall charge.
Yeah.
At that point, I think you need a perfect wall charge and a quick tap. So it was going to be tough no matter what.
That's hard to be sure to get.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's like the Arsenio Hall show.
So AvGeek were a very strong first game, and meanwhile Fractal and Knight up at the top locked in a very close game. They are on low 500k transition pace, so good games for both players, but not the crazy pace Fractal was on in the first game.
Oh, somebody mentions, I love that the commentators are actually commentating on the game. Don't get too comfortable about it, because I'll probably tell some unrelated story soon. Quick fact, AvGeek can deadlift over 400 pounds. Oh, is that true? There's a lot of other talents in the Tetris community.
There's a lot of incredible talents, yeah.
Do you know Terry Purcell has gotten several 300-point games in bowling?
I did not. That is really cool. Now I want to see a Terry versus Blue Scooty bowling match, because Blue Scooty just got one off of a 300-point game in bowling the other day for the first time.
Really?
Yeah, that is his big hobby other than Tetris. He loves to bowl. He's on a bowling team.
Does he roll in bowling as well?
He has a very unusual grip. I got to see it in person because he was very small last year. I mean, he's got a growth spurt over the last year, so maybe he's had to change his grip. But he had this, like, he lurched to the side, and I guess it's what they teach young kids when they need more momentum behind their ball because they have very low body weight when they're young.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe he doesn't have to do that anymore now that he's had the growth spurt. But yeah, let's see these games. Quaid and AvGeek very close in score, and Fractal and Knight both are as well.
Yeah.
Great boards all around. There's Fractal and Knight are still a bit away from the transition, so they don't have to panic about their board state just yet if they run into trouble, but that is something they'll be keeping in the back of their minds.
Quaid, the stack is not great, but it's going to get better with some luck.
We'll see how AvGeek approaches this. AvGeek did not want to set up the dirty Tetris, but now is forced to. We'll see if AvGeek gets the dirty Tetris, and AvGeek loves it.
And the reaction from AvGeek is just incredible.
You can feel it on their face. Yeah, everybody knows who's played Tetris how it feels to get that bailout Tetris way high up.
Yeah. So I was watching AvGeek play last night as well, and I mentioned that the name AvGeek could be read as average eek. Like, maybe you see a spider, but it's not that big, so you go eek, but it's not a huge eek. It's just kind of an average one.
Yeah. All right, so Knight has transitioned with 527. Fractal, oh my goodness, Fractal has really turned on the pace here. We'll get almost a 600K transition if he can cash in this final Tetris. Does not.
Oh, and Knight runs into a little difficulty. That's going to...
Knight had, I think, an unintended VIT set up there. Did not choose to fill in the VITs with the line piece.
I think it was unintended.
Yeah, so Knight is just going to dig this down. It is very survivable, and very quickly Knight is back to a nearly clean board, but Fractal is now building up a significant lead.
Salted Sofa, you don't have to want to be. You're already my friend. And FCR plays, yes, we do actually know that. We were talking about that earlier. She does have a pilot's license, and it is about aviation.
So Fractal with a little bit of trouble in his stack right now.
He deserves it because he's got such a lead. I don't know if he deserves it, but...
Yeah, so this is Knight's opportunity to make up some ground. Fractal just trying to hang in here. Has to block the well. Would really love a long bar now to just dig this stack down.
Yeah.
Is not getting long bar. This is a over 30-piece drought here.
Yeah, it's getting up there.
Knight's in trouble too, and just in time, Knight gets the Tetris to survive. And Fractal, oh no,
Fractal
cannot use the Tetris. Oh, but he gets a line piece just in time, but I don't know if this left is accessible.
This is tough. This is a tough left.
Oh no, he's going to need, oh my gosh, the quick tap.
Last second tap.
He can survive this if he gets exactly the right pieces. Needs something to the right, gets it. Okay. Oh my gosh, and Fractal nails the quick tap, game-saving quick tap, and still has a significant lead. This is incredible recovery and survival from Fractal, several clutch moves.
He needed that survival, and he got it.
And Knight also at the same time, incredible clutch moves, nailing that T-spin. You could see the determination on Knight's face when she hit that. Whew. But Knight is down almost 3 Tetrises now, so Knight will have to pick up the pace.
The fact that Knight has also been having to dig.
Oh my goodness!
Unable to capitalize.
And Knight pulling out all the stops. That quick tap to set up the Tetris, but gets droughted. So Fractal is going to take game number 2.
Say it ain't so. Say it ain't so. Fractal is incredible. Plays like a machine and plays with joy all of the time. Knight put up a great fight there.
What a game up top. Both these players showing they are at the top of their game with Das.
A rarity here at the bottom of the screen. Quaid is in the lead, which we're not accustomed to.
Quaid is
now it's gone. It's gone.
Oh, he's going back to his center well strats. He's got the center well going on 18, which he was moving away from, and he's had people advise him to not do it over the years, but it is his signature thing.
Yeah. I am kidding, by the way, for those at home. I know Quaid, and he likes to trash talk, and so I like to trash talk him back. And so I will sound almost mean when I talk about him. I mean all of it.
All right, so both players here, they are approaching transition. AvGeek has 2 Tetrises available before the transition with no burns.
Yeah.
So has them both almost set up here. Might just have to take a safety skim here.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to stack up too high. Yeah, is going to have to take the safety skims. Ready for the Tetris, wants it right before transition, but does have a double wide well at the top. Quaid transitions with 538.
Yeah.
Yeah, both players very safe transitions into 19. we'll see how these players go.
Yeah.
They're on borderline max out pace if they get a couple quick Tetrises here.
I want to just highlight something Burrito Dad said. He said, F you, Quaid. I'll second that, yeah.
Fractal and Knight perfectly tied up at the top with 69,000 points each.
Fractal's got quite the spire. That's the kind of thing that could get problematic, but gets away with it. Gets away with it.
So Fractal is one of those players that is just a master of everything that he does, and for a while was trying to get the first perfect max out. Dengler beat him to it, but Fractal has also practiced the ultra high efficiency strats.
Yeah.
He had that incredible 104 perfect lines in that one game at CTWC 2022.
Yeah.
In the semifinals versus Pixel Andy. So
yeah, and Fractal has been almost the first to several things.
Yes.
The perfect one and the game crash.
The game crash, yeah.
Similar situation.
He was the first to glitch colors on PAL, so
Yeah.
he does have that. But he would love to win this tournament as much as anyone. He's really focused on DAS.
Yeah.
Ever since.
Clearly one of the best
CTWC.
all-around players in every aspect of Tetris.
Yeah.
Is Fractal. I don't even know how to kind of define the boundaries of the top 10 people because they're all so good, but
Yes.
Fractal's definitely one of them.
AvGeek in a very tough dig right here. Gets a perfect piece for the right to knock down the left. Needs something for the left. L piece right there helps, but
That's
needs.
a fortunate piece right there.
Ooh.
Yeah, less good. That's good.
That was a great J. Needs something opened up and is getting the right pieces. Is almost opened this up. Now has a path to escape.
Perfect. Very nicely done, AvGeek.
But now Quaid is ahead, and Quaid really needs this game. Does not want to go down 0-2.
Yeah.
Setting up the center wall Tetris, is not going for that column 2 Tetris
Ooh.
now. Oh, AvGeek almost dies there.
Yeah.
You can see the lean forward. AvGeek is now in like pure competition mode.
And now we see Quaid being Quaid, being what Quaid can be. He's dialed in. He's doing well. He's Tetrising in the center.
Yeah, so
He's
Quaid
great.
has to burn a little bit, but so does AvGeek, and AvGeek would love to get clean as soon as possible, down 80,000 points on level 26, but Quaid also in a bit of a risky position.
Yeah.
Very nice adjustment to get that Tetris there.
He got some crap Z's there for a minute. Or S's. I don't know which is which.
Oh no, and AvGeek is not getting the pieces for the left. AvGeek very frustrated having to block the left well.
Yeah, it's getting to be kind of a big lead for Quaid and getting to be kind of late in the game to catch up. So this is looking pretty good for Quaid. It's not certain yet.
Yeah, Quaid is ahead in lines and ahead in score. It's exactly where you want to be. AvGeek knows she has to go near perfect here. Is trying to set up, trying not to burn, has to take a double.
Yeah.
Shaking her head even though she gets the Tetris.
Oh, and then another Tetris for Quaid. That one comes close to
So
making it certain.
now we're seeing AvGeek knows the situation, knows she needs at least 3 Tetrises, and that's going to do it. That misdrop cannot get those final 3 Tetrises at this point.
Will be effectively impossible.
Was trying to set up the double or the center well going into 29. Still going to try and do it, but
Yeah, you got to try. I mean, what else
at this point, it's effectively Mullening a loss.
Yeah. Yeah,
But-
what a great, That's how I feel about my life. I'm mulling a loss.
Oh, AvGeek trying to show everything she could. Very nice showing, and Quaid with a 937. Very nice game to even up the get.
And I think AvGeek had a 9 something in the other one. Or am I wrong about that? I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
Lapis says to send Knight love. Lapis loves you. I don't know if they can hear me.
Meanwhile, up at the top, Knight is just a Tetris and a half behind Fractal, so really hanging in there against one of the favorites for this tournament. Although Knight needs this game to survive. Knight is down 0-2. And Knight, a very strong player, has made it into DAS Masters.
No, not like that. Oh, man.
So we know Knight has had aspirations of going far, but Fractal is a tough draw. And Fractal, meanwhile, Fractal would hate to go out in the top 16. Wants to at least make it to the top 8.
Yeah.
So now this is a pivotal game at the bottom.
Empty wants me to yell that I love Quaid. I will not be yelling that. All right, so we're off and running again, and you're right. Knight needs this game. There's no two ways about it. And they're playing well, so it's early on, though. Well, it's not early on. They're actually close to transition. What am I talking about?
Yeah, so Fractal will see if he burns this down, or he's just going to go a classic aggressive Fractal here and try and get a Tetris that is, the little tiny dirty Tetris on top of his one hole of garbage, and he is.
He actually.
Okay, he's not.
He
He's
could
not.
have had it. He put the S in the right place.
I mean, it's when you're up 2-0 and about to go into transition, it's not the time to go aggressive if you're playing the odds. So, it's a little bit of traffic in the stack, but he's handling it. It's
A little bit of
spot.
weirdness, but he's all right.
Yeah, the little mountain in the center. I always hate that when it festers. Knight has the perfect stack. Just Tetris ready. Got the double wide well, and there's the Tetris for Knight. Down just 2 Tetrises now.
All right, this is going to be a good game up top. Knight is focused, dialed in. So is Fractal.
Fractal had a little bit of a stress check there. Had a little bit of a misdrop, but did get the Tetris, I believe, to get out of that perilous situation. Now is a little bit of a safer board, just digging this down. Nursing this 2.5 Tetris lead, trying to maintain it.
Yeah.
But Knight is closing the gap fast.
Knight is closing the gap. This is Knight knows they need it, and they're working hard.
Much of anything here in Berkeley.
Yeah.
AvGeek doesn't like something, or is just singing. I think just singing.
Knight is showing the full party of the nightlife right now. Getting in here, getting these Tetrises.
Yeah.
Fractal's not in a deadly board, but just a board where he's going to have to burn for a while.
Just keeps getting annoying pieces is all that was.
It's a nice L. Okay, Fractal's gone down. Fractal's back in scoring position, but we are basically tied here at the top. Fractal doing a quick screen look now that he's gone back down to the bottom and sees that he is neck and neck with his competitor. It's going to be a race to the finish. Just 6 levels to go. Down at the bottom, we are also pretty neck and neck. Less than Tetris difference.
Only 50 lines in, so this is where Ben Mullen would usually top out, but these players will continue on.
Nice placements by Fractal, opening up this well again. He's in scoring position, gets a Tetris. He's now down half a Tetris tonight. Still has a great board.
I'm glad to see Knight up. I want Knight to, even if he doesn't win, I want to see him take a game.
We always root for players to do their best. Knight closes over 700,000. This is max out pace. If Knight can maintain this strong Tetris rate at the end here. Well, borderline max out pace, actually. This is pretty difficult. Knight's not going to get to 800,000 by 26, but mid 900K potential.
They are just quite neck and neck at top. They're trading off who's in the lead every time they get a Tetris.
Nice clutch spin by Fractal. Gets the board ready for a Tetris. Oh no. Fractal has a terrible misdrop right before getting the Tetris, so he can survive this, but this will slow him down. This is Knight's opportunity to take a commanding lead in these final 3 levels.
And I'm kind of rooting for Knight because I want him to take a game. So, and what just incredible Tetris rate for Knight right now. Not backing down, not taking foot off the gas. This is going to make it almost impossible for Fractal if he can just keep Tetrising like this.
Yeah, but we will see. Fractal, the master of so many things. Fractal is playing super dirty. Knows the situation, but Knight is shutting the door quick. Fractal needs 2 Tetrises and only has time for 2 more. We'll see if Fractal sets up a dirty center wall Tetris.
Yeah,
to try and get on 29. There's a Tetris for Fractal, but the kill screen is here.
Yeah, it is.
It's over,
Knight's
going for
game.
the Knight's trying to get a. There's the perfect square.
Oh!
Knight was going for the max out, had the square tuck available to set up the final Tetris for the max out, but misses it. Still, though.
Goodness, I'm sorry. I will remember that.
Did something happen?
No.
We're getting little corrections in the chat. Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
A lot of stuff changes very quickly in the scene. It's a lot to keep up with, but we do our best.
Yeah.
Did you know that there is a...
Okay.
Oh, okay. Should we just toss it right to that video?
So that gives Knight one victory against Fractal. She's feeling good about that. And we hopefully, I'm rooting for a decider at this point. We need a bit more Ben Mullen mic level. Am I low in the mix? Oh my goodness. Maybe I just need to hold it closer.
Yeah, that's the strategy I've done. I realized in the past that I was using up too much of my vocal energy being further away from the mic and talking louder, so now I've just adopted the strategy of being super close and super just sort of like mellow in my volume.
Like a sultry voice.
Yeah.
I can almost feel myself being louder now. I think they turned it up a bit, and I'm holding it a little closer.
All right, so let's see. These players are about to transition at the bottom here. Quaid at 449. AvGeek transitions with 539. Great transition pace. Quaid, very nice tuck with the T-piece, but Quaid really would love to get this down. Has a dirty center wall Tetris set up. Does have burns available. This is going to be a perilous transition.
Yes.
Oh, and Quaid
he
misses the T-spin.
The T-spin.
Not dead yet, but now needs to clean this up. Well, that's not a helpful piece. Opens it up again.
I was just going to say that Quaid is being Quaid and doing great, but this is being a little rough now because of that missed T-spin.
Okay, so yeah, Quaid center well Tetris at the transition just turned into disaster time. It didn't kill him, but it did destroy his pace there.
Yeah, the pace is terrible now.
It allowed AvGeek to build up a significant lead.
Yeah. And Mullening means more than just continuing to play after you win. It also means having a bad pace. And so...
Really? You had a good pace. You had the best pace ever in the original Mullen. You were going for a max out.
I'm giving myself shit. No, Quaid's pace is kind of a Mullen right now.
No. A true Mullen is not when you're just playing out a game pointlessly. It's when you have a good pace and you're going for something cool. And it's worthy of a Mullen.
Quaid is back in good position and could knock down this lead. He's how many lines behind? Just a few lines behind, which does help him. So the lead is a little smaller than it looks like. Scout explaining a Mullen to him. Oh, it's incredible. I've explained a Mullen to a Mullen. Me and my aunts and uncles, they don't know anything about Tetris, and I'm like, our name. I'm sorry to tell you this, Aunt Janet or whatever, but your name means a specific thing in a community. She's like, what? Yep. I had to tell her. Mullen-splaining.
You're very, very modest. I was trying to hype you up there.
Oh, and thank you.
The original Mullen was an amazing historic game. All right, so Quaid is really trying to fight back here. He is down 2.5 Tetrises, and AvGeek is about to take a pivotal game 3 here if AvGeek can close this out. Yeah. Quaid doing everything he can, though he's not doing the Quaid center well strats.
He's Tetrising every time, but AvGeek is also Tetrising every time. It's a terrible feeling when you're playing well just to be met with another player who's playing just as well.
Quaid doing everything he can there. He knows the situation. He had to play aggressive, but that's going to be it for Quaid. And AvGeek takes game number 3. Congratulations to AvGeek.
All right. AvGeek may... AvGeek is Mullening.
Going
which
for
is
the max out.
Because, if you could get a max out, you might as well try.
Yeah. So needs to go perfect here. Has 2 Tetrises available and no lines to burn. Needs multiple line pieces.
Yeah, it ain't going to happen.
Oh, and gives up. All right.
Giving up is also a part of Mullening. Part of the mystique.
That was very reminiscent of the original Mullen there. I think the same thing happened on 28. Yeah.
Oh, mine was much sadder. I don't even think I made it to 900. Maybe I did, but a low 900.
I believe it. Yeah, it was at least a 900. Yeah.
Up top, pretty much tied. They just started kind of recently. They're doing fine.
Yeah. There might have been some cool moves. We're sorry if we missed them on early 18. We were captivated by Quaid and AvGeek racing to the finish line at the bottom.
Hard not to be. This game, a decider on both if you just define decider as deciding if AvGeek or Fractal will win.
That is true.
Is not how you define a decider.
Every game decides something.
Mullen, what are your dad tips for going to a convention to ensure great sleep and great morning? While I leave my son at home being watched by some friends who have kids. So he's living his best life, but he's not here. So I'm living like me and my wife are here. We're living like crazy people, going out partying. We are not living the lifestyle of health right now.
So Fractal had a great pace going there, but had a little bit of a misdrop that festered and had to burn a couple lines. But Knight has also had to burn a couple lines, and they've been in a huge drought. So this is something that I was told yesterday when I was in comms by Scooty. He said it's very critical that when you get into a big dig, it be during a drought, so your opponent can't take advantage either. Yeah. That's exactly what happened to Fractal there.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, neither player traded a lead at all.
That's why whenever I screw up, I always make sure to screw up when there's a drought anyway. And then I can say, oh, it's fine, who cares?
Yeah.
Someone says don't arm wrestle. Yeah, I screwed up my back, or my upper back, which I don't normally do, yesterday. Not from arm wrestling, but from commentating. Because I was just, and I got to be careful of myself here. I was commentating with Vandy, and I was at such a weird angle for an hour that I literally almost can't turn my neck. Oh, people at home, this is maxed out neck pain.
So both these players, Fractal is going for the almost 600k transition here, has 3 Tetrises available, could get the 600k transition. We'll see if he's actually going for it. Yeah. These aggressiив moves, putting the long bar all the way over to the left. I think he is really trying for the 600k transition, but has to give up on it.
Jeez, a great transition though, either way. Yeah, it's going to get a drought, so that's just not going to happen.
But he does have the burns available. That's the most important thing. Yeah, he just leaned in when he knew the 600k transition was no longer possible. Oh my goodness, what an emphasis by Knight on that final Tetris before the transition. Both of them get in with mid 500ks.
Yeah, it's not like Knight has a bad transition. This is going to be a great game up top.
And Knight has the better board. Fractal dealing with some traffic, so this is Knight's opportunity to take the lead.
Which is good, a must-win for Knight.
Yes.
And, I'm rooting for her. It's a straight up, because I want a decider up there.
Yeah, so Fractal just trying to get this down. Quaid and AvGeek still in a very, normal game that's close, and no dirty boards at the bottom. So we'll be focusing on Knight and Fractal for now. Oh my goodness, Knight have some dependencies forming. You can see the grimace on Knight's face.
Yeah. Oh, that'll make that all better.
Very nice placements by Knight to maintain the clean board and get the Tetris. Fractal is still digging through this and is now falling behind.
Still digging, yeah. So this is good for Knight.
But Fractal knows the situation, knows he has a game to give, is going a little aggressive. He can afford to take some risks.
Yeah.
And it's just not paying off.
Sure is.
These terrible drought, and Fractal has to block the well. Fractal needs to get this down now, just takes the triple.
Yeah.
And Fractal, smiling to himself, knows he kind of got screwed by the RNG there, but played it perfectly. He needed to just survive, if nothing else.
Knight's got a little bit of a dangerous stack here now, too.
Oh,
they
no.
both have dangerous stacks.
Oh, my gosh.
If they both top out,
This is crazy survival.
Oh, and that's going to end it.
And Knight. Knight is taking this to a decider.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, Knight. That's what I call a good night. That was incredible.
Yeah, well, Knight will be saying good night to Fractal if they can finish off Fractal in this final game.
And Quaid in a must-win situation as well.
That's right, that's right.
Down 3-4 Tetrises. So this is this is the position I like to see Quaid in.
Quaid is in a tough situation right now here, too. Not getting quite the ideal piece. Is going to have to do this 18 dig up a little bit high.
It's a tough dig.
Not in the true danger zone, but he's not getting ideal pieces. Going to need something for that left. He does get the right piece. Line piece over. So now he's safe. And AvGeek just, barreling towards transition here with going to get in there probably with a mid 500,000. Exactly where you want to be. Dealing with a little bit of a drought.
Someone asks, is Quaid drunk? And I mean, is it a Saturday? Is it a Sunday? Probably. Yeah.
As the Pope Catholic,
I actually think he is not. But I won't be against a little day drinking today.
All right, let's see. We do have a Jonas Cup, so hopefully the winner will drink out of the cup.
Fill it with something.
Yeah. If
they
only
should fill it with something appropriate for Jonas, or that Jonas would approve of, like whiskey.
Yeah, that's true. Jonas had an incredible collection. Yeah.
Oh, they should do. The specific Jonas Cup they should make? They should make a whiskey glass.
Oh yeah.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, but oh my gosh, Quaid is on the verge of being eliminated here. Down 6.5 Tetrises and about to transition in one line. We'll see if he can clutch out this dig right here.
Yeah, that's a lot to be down. Maybe he kind of relies on AV topping out to even make this possible.
But he clutched up the transition at survival transition, got the right pieces. And so now he is going to want to go in Tetris mode. And AvGeek is going to want to play the safe, conservative, and not give Quaid an opportunity to come back with a big chase down.
Yeah, you only want to start being aggressive once you're up by 3 Tetrises only or something, right?
And Quaid's doing the moves he needs to do. That incredible dirty Tetris right there, but the pieces are not resolving. He's going to have to burn some more.
Oh, and AV's stack just continues to look good. This is just a punishing lead.
Quaid almost has a Tetris set up, looking for a certain piece, gets that
Just
piece.
Doesn't quite get what he needs over and over. It's just
Was almost
tough.
Tetris ready. Opening this up again. Gets the line piece to the left. Tetris ready.
Oh yeah, we can't really make the Jonas Cup whiskey glass because most of the players are under 21.
Yeah. It'll just be the Capri Sun glass for Alex
it's Capri
T.
Sun glass.
All right, so Quaid is in scoring position now, trying to build up another Tetris well. Gets the perfect square. It's down 5.5 Tetrises, now 4.5 Tetrises.
So that's an improvement on 6.
They're almost exactly even in lines, so this is a true lead. AvGeek just playing smart and safe and taking Tetrises where she can.
Yeah.
But Quaid is going for it. Big center well Tetris.
Quaid has to go for it, and he center wells it, and he's going to do it again if he gets another long bar.
It's now less than about 4 Tetrises, and there's another Tetris for
one.
Quaid.
He is doing what he needs to do. He's doing a great job of it. But still, that lead is pretty big, and Tetris for AV.
And Quaid takes a safety triple when the Tetris was coming next. Very tough moment for Quaid, but I mean, he does survive.
Yeah.
But AvGeek is not slowing down. Quaid just needs to throw down as many Tetrises as possible. He's probably going to play dirty here. He has no other choice.
AvGeek had been slowing down for a second there, but then got better pieces and is now back to burying Quaid.
So this will be, this is Quaid's chances are slipping away here. He is going for as many Tetrises as possible. He's not burning this down. He knows he has no margin for error at this point.
I haven't seen someone get buried alive this bad since Kill Bill. This is just...
Quaid's in a tough position, needs a long piece now. He's not taking the triple, and that could be the end.
He can't afford to anymore.
Oh!
Yeah, that's it.
And one piece too late. AvGeek is going to the top 8. Wow.
Incredible, AvGeek. Incredible.
Quaid raising AvGeek's hand. Always a good sport.
And lest we forget up top, we are in a decider and 80 lines in.
All right. Yeah, this is some high-stakes Tetris right here. Yeah, we might have to fill the Jonas Cup with cider for this decider.
Yeah. I want them both to win.
They're both such great players, yeah.
I like to see new people have success in tournaments, and Knight isn't even new in the scene, but Fractal's won a CTWC before, so I kind of... If I had to pick one, I want to see Knight win. I want to see her win this thing.
So Fractal here does have a small lead at the 100,000 mark. These are great paces by both players. Fractal almost with the pace horn pace. Jonas used to on stream, there would be a little horn that would wink every time he got over 500,000 at 100 lines. And Fractal at 492,000.
If Knight wins, would this be a reverse sweep?
I think so, yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Someone says I can't say that. Yeah, I know. You probably shouldn't say you want someone to win if you're a commentator. I do anyway.
Yeah.
Because I'm a wild man.
Ben is unrestricted by the Commentators Guild. I have to be more careful.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many more times I'll be invited out to this. You've been here since the beginning. You can say whatever you want.
I've been here forever to just get away with things I shouldn't be doing.
I am rooting for both these players to do well, and do well they have so far. They're going to have high 500K transitions at bare minimum, but Fractal, this could be bad. Fractal does not have burn options. Fractal's tournament life on the line, and Knight could take this, but Knight, oh no! Fractal, oh no, Knight can't do it! And Fractal is almost there, but Knight trying to do this dig, needs 35,000 points. There's a single, and Knight's not going to do it! Fractal takes the game! In a double early top out. Oh my goodness.
Fractal's top out, I think, freaked out Knight. I mean, that happens to me sometimes too. And then it just kind of, there was a misdrop and then another, and it just, sometimes it gets away from you. Wow.
That was insane.
That was that leaves me speechless.